everyone, it's Misha. So today is our part 4 of this mini series, Mature Women Makeup for Beginners, and today I will talk about the outer V in more detail because whenever I do my makeup I talk about it, and I'm sure if you watch any other makeup tutorials they always talk about outer V, and it seems so easy when you know how. But of course it's going to work differently with different eyes, and it is of course more challenging with mature, hooded, droopy eyes. So I think I have a quite good tip how to tackle it. And just remember, you need quite small brushes, because whenever you've probably seen some videos on outer V's, and you are always told to use this specific I don't actually have one here, but they are sort of pencil but quite fat fluffy brushes, and I think for hooded eyes or for more mature eyes that wouldn't work. They are too big, too chunky, and you just don't get the precise application which we need. So I hope that I can help you with that, and give you my tips how I do it. Well, I don't do it like this anymore because I've been doing it for so long that I'm used to it and I know exactly where to put it, but that's how I started doing it when I did start doing it. Okay, so first of all, what is the outer V? Outer V is what we create with eyeshadow in the outer portion of our eye, and because we draw it up and into the crease, it gives us like a V shape, and that's why it's called outer V, I suppose. I don't think this is you know, it's like a scientific name. I think someone's just came up with it and everybody calls it outer V now. So the outer V, it works in harmony with your crease. So the second very important thing is to know where your crease is, and I've done a separate video about how to find your crease, especially if you have hooded eyes or monolid, and I will link this video here. So if you want to see this video first, just click on there. This video will pause, so you can watch that first and then come back to this one. Okay, first of all, you will need a few brushes, and let me tell you, with mature eyes, the smaller the better. You will need something like a Sigma E45, and my recent quite favorite is the Zoeva Petite Crease. You will also need something like a MAC 217 for blending out, and grab yourself as well a couple of these angled brushes, not too stiff, not like your eyebrow brushes. It doesn't matter, but I will explain why. They will be very, very helpful to you. And also another one that I quite like and is quite helpful is this angled but a bit fluffy. Can you see it is a bit fluffy? And unfortunately this one is called Angled Eye Contour Brush, and is from Kirkland. It's from one of those Christmas sets. So but I think MAC does similar one, and I can't remember the name of it. I see if I can find it and I will put it down below. But this can be very helpful. So as you can see, you don't really need loads of brushes, and they don't have to be very expensive, especially when you're first practicing. Okay, I will use today a Charlotte Tilbury's palette, the Sophisticate, but it can be anything. You have to remember that your outer V is usually done with the darkest color, because you want to darken this portion of your eye. Okay, let me now come up a bit closer and I will try to explain it a bit more. I hope this is close enough without being scary. Let me just clip my hair out of the way. Okay. So as you can see, I have quite hooded eyes. And I know you always say I don't, but I do. And the outer V is very challenging when your eyes are like this. Everything is more challenging with hooded eyes. And what you always say is, I don't know where to start my outer V, where to finish it. So the normal rule is that you shouldn't go past your tail end of your eyebrow. But if you have hooded eyes, sometimes your eyebrow goes down past that corner. So if you use your eyebrow as your template, you don't always get the right result because your eye is too droopy. You will always start your outer V. If you imagine a line going up and then across, but you don't know how high to go, of course. Okay, so that's where our crease comes to play as well. You will have to first find your crease, and like I said, I've explained in that video where to find your crease. I know when mine is already. I have to obviously make my pretend crease because my real one is here. Okay, the crease is where your lid falls over, and with hooded eyes, obviously this is your crease. If you put your crease here, you would look ridiculous. Therefore, we need to make like a pretend crease, and the crease will be always somewhere just below, you can feel it, that socket bone. Okay, and it doesn't matter if your eye is smaller. If you know, you can see that I have a huge area here. You might not have that much, but it's all relative, you know, because your bone, where your bone is, that's where your crease will be. You won't have your bone here, so it doesn't matter how big your lids are or how small, you will always find your crease in a place that it should be, which will be just on or below this bone. You can feel it with, if you go like this with the end of your brush, you can feel it. Okay, now if you're quite experienced, you can straight away grab a brush like this and go at it. But if you're not, what you can do is draw yourself a little template, and I show you how to do this. So I'm going to find my crease. My crease is somewhere here. I am going to take this little brush, put it into a crease color, which you know is like the mid-tone, and I will just mark it here. Okay, and you can do it from about halfway of your lids. Yeah, don't do it obviously from here, and fill that bone and go a bit further. Don't go further than this, because if you have hooded eyes, I will show you why in a minute. Now, so that's where your crease is. Now we have to take care of this line. So if you have hooded eyes, don't go like this, what I always do, and draw a line, because you're not getting the line in a place that when you drop your eyes, it's going to be in a totally different place. So always look straight forward into your mirror and decide where you want your line to go to meet with that one, okay? And you want this line to go up, not out, because that will give you cat eye. And also if you hood it, it will make your eye appear drooping. So go with the lower lash line, look straight forward, and think, just go like this with that brush. Can you see this pattern up here? And then connect these two. You go quite high up, right up to your crease, because if you go quite low, then again it will appear droopy. Okay, so now you've got the template. What you can do, you take your fluffy brush like this, mark to 17 for blending. So go into that mid-tone that you've just marked it out, and now you've got the template, just make yourself this little crease here. In that motion, remember, very, very lightly. Don't drag your skin, you barely touching the skin. And we just want to, because we've made such a harsh line with this little brush, we want to buff it out. Okay, so now we're gonna work again on our outer V. Now you have this template, you can take something like E45 or the petite crease, and you go now into your darker color. So I'm gonna use yeah, this one. And now you're just going to be working in this corner without going outside that template. And it doesn't matter how you do it. You can pat it if it's easier, because you can always blend it out, yeah? So you can pat it, you can go in tiny circular motions, and you just do this tiny V. So you don't go all the way in, you're just making that V. Can you see? And with us more mature ladies, they have more droopy eyes. Our V is very, in young people, I suppose, with nice open eyes, the V would be more of a V shape, whereas ours is a bit almost like a 7. I would say, yeah, we should start calling it reverse 7. And you just keep doing this V here, and then you take some fluffy brush and blend it. And can you see this V? So I'm just going to do this eye. Now this little fluffy brush is quite helpful, because what you can do with that, go into your color and you angle it that way, and then turn the brush and go that way. So this is quite good brush to use for the outer V as well. And just blend, blend, blend to make it all one. Obviously this is not finished eye look. I haven't done my mobile lid. This is all just about the V. So I hope that helped. I think is the first thing you have to do is find your crease, and then draw yourself light template with little brush like this, because it is little. You're not gonna go too far down or too far up, you know. You can do all that then with blending. And that's your outer V, my darlings. I hope that was clear and you could see very well. So the objective of this is to lift that outer corner of our eye, and that's what we've done. And by making it darker, we sort of cover the hood as well and the droopiness of the eye. So remember to angle it quite up. You sort of aim at the end of your eyebrow, but not always, because some of us will have very droopy eyes and the eyebrow will be quite low. Then you go a bit higher. You sort of see, I think when you use this brush and give yourself a template, you could really see your eye being lifted, because if you go too low, your eye will look more droopy. So again, use the lower lash line as a guide, and then obviously your crease. So crease and outer V work very much together. So I think the most important thing first is to find your crease. Okay, I will have to match my eyes later. I hope I haven't missed anything, and that's, I think, the best way. That's how I started doing it a long time ago, and that's how I thought was the easiest way to do, to find this, get the little brush and make the template of that V, and then you've got sort of guide where to go and where to work. So practice with that, and honestly, once you get it, you will know when you got it. You won't then soon need a template. You will just know where to go. But I really think that finding that crease will help you enormously. So remember, watch that first video, because it is all connected. V and the crease are married, you know, you can't have one without the other. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I see you soon. Bye.